All right, y'all, we're back. The biggest skeptic on earth, but I'm back. We're here in Irvine at Momentum Functional Health. And Doc, you know what you did with me that day, I went and trained chest. I didn't feel the pain. Just a little bit, but it was a lot better. So I know what you did worked, it helped. So now, what I would like for you to see me for is lower back pain. Perfect. Now, it's not an injury. I can tell the difference. It's like I used to do a lot of straight leg deadlifts, a lot of back extensions, a lot of exercises to try to strengthen my lower back, and I achieved it, but I went a little overboard. So I feel like, and you're the professional, so you can tell me better, but what it feels like is overdeveloped. So everything that I do, if I'm doing standing shoulder press, or if I'm running, or if I'm doing a lot of reps on squats, it gets really tight to where I have to stop what I'm doing and just let it kind of die down. And the tightness is like a pump, a painful pump. So what do you got for me?
So usually when the low back, I call it compression. The low back gets really stiff, gets really tight. The biggest thing that people have this misconception is it's the back creating the problem. It's actually not. So what we need to do is we need to create an environment where all the other things are working better and the back can just relax. A lot of times it becomes hip flexors. The hip flexors basically, they go from your spine down to your hip. When they get tight, they basically, what I tell people is they take your spine and they squash it like an accordion, right? And that's when you feel this compression. So the way we get rid of that is we open up the stuff and let the accordion open back up. So a lot of that's hip flexors and hips.
So question though.
Yeah.
All right, I do a lot of stretching already. I hang to decompress my spine, right? So are you sure it's gonna be that and not the muscles? Because the pain I feel is literally like a muscular pain, like, and you can see it, and to the touch is way harder. It's like if your bicep is pumped. Yeah. You know, it's crazy pumping. You can actually see it.
Yeah. So we're gonna go in there. We're gonna work on the back, 100%. Like we're gonna open up the tissues of the back. But one of the things that makes the largest impact is when you open up someone's hips and hip flexors, it basically just allows those muscles that are compressing the spine to let go, and then the back doesn't have to work as much. Okay. Right? So it's a little bit of both, but a lot of times if we open up the front, the back can now open up and let go.
Okay, cool. I want to make this point as well. I've been dealing with this and every other little issue, and I'm sure we'll get to at some point forever. I tell people all the time, I'm just used to being in pain, whatever, whatever. Yeah. But what has been helping, and I swear by this because it's been very consistent, is me taking golden, super turmeric.
Yeah.
Like legit, when I'm not taking it versus when I'm taking it is night and day. So I've been taking it, and things are not as bad as they've been. Yeah. But I do still need your help. Yeah. But I can fully attest, 100% attest to the fact that me taking turmeric, it's a huge difference. It really works. Is that your experience?
Well, yeah, because you're basically keeping this sort of systemic inflammation lower, right? So when you take something, especially if it's working well, right? Because there's lots of stuff that doesn't work well. Right. If your body's actually absorbing it and using it, you're taking the systemic inflammation that's everywhere and you're dropping it lower. Right? So when you go train and you hit it hard, you are creating inflammation, right? It's part of the process. Right. But if you can keep that sort of level lower, you can train more before you hit that peak where it's like it hurts.
Makes sense.
Right? So 100% that stuff works, 100%.
Cool, so let's do it.
Let's do it, okay. So let's, I'm gonna have you go lie on your back here. Head over here, I'm gonna get you this. All right, so let's just check out real quick hip mobility first. Did a little bit last time. Good. Just check this real quick and then we're gonna get right to it. Good. Okay, so scoot to your left, this side of the table. Stay on your back, just scoot all the way this way. So we're gonna go right to your hip flexors in the front. So hip flexors are a huge piece of low back stiffness and pain. When you open those up, it basically decompresses the spine. So we're gonna start with some hip stuff. So just let your leg fall. We're gonna get right into this tendon here.
And this can be done like what, on the edge of the bed, on the couch?
Yeah, so people you can't obviously have somebody treating you, but you can, I'm gonna show you a couple things, but you could get on the edge of the bed and try and drop this and get the knee to bend a little bit, and you'll feel pulling and open here. Nice stretch. The nice stretch, yeah. So you can do that. I'm gonna show you a better way to do it in a second. We'll do it on the ground. But yeah, you just wanna, the best thing to do for to get the soft tissue addressed at home is like foam roller, that sort of stuff, lacrosse balls, get in there and open up tissue. But this just gets in there a little bit more aggressively and opens up a little bit quicker. So the first step we're gonna do is hip flexors, hips, and then we're gonna get to your back. Usually just working on hips and hip flexors will open stuff up right away. So scoot that way, let's do the same thing on your right. A little bit more, yeah. Good. Now, do you have that pump in your back only after workouts, or it's just all the time?
Yeah, no, not. It's only after like high reps on squats or running, not sometimes. Just whatever makes my back take somewhat of a pounding. So
a lot of leg stuff though.
Usually legs, yeah. Typically legs. Yeah. Usually squats.
Yeah, the squats use a lot of hip flexors. A lot.
But if I'm not doing a lot of reps on squats, it's a little heavy and I'm kind of good. It's reps is when I'm getting the pump.
Awesome. Okay, so lie on your side, face that direction.
Okay, nap time.
Couple different hip things. So we're going to start here, and then you're going to crank your knee up to that elbow. Just go back and forth. We're going to open up your hips real quick. So start there, crank it up, yep, and back and forth. It'll be interesting at some point to do all this pretty aggressively right before you go do one of those days. See if your endurance, if you can get further before you feel like the back gets pumped. Because it should. Good. Okay, so now you're gonna just come to the leg to here and then turn. Great. 90 degrees and turn. Yeah, same thing, just keep your knee low when you turn it. Yeah, perfect. So again, if we can get, like usually what I'll tell people is, if I can get your pelvis and hips working better, the back has to do less work, and that's what we want.
I got a friend named Uncle T. He got bad hips. I'm about to bring him in here to check, so you can check him out.
And the hips are the powerhouse, right? They got to be working really well.
Right. Why does everybody have to get hip replacement at a certain age? What's up with that?
It's becoming more common for sure.
Easier to do now, right?
Well, yeah. The surgery's become a lot better, but we all do a lot of things. We sit around all day. We lose so much mobility in our hips just from sitting around all day.
Sitting, right?
Yeah, we got to counteract that. That's the problem. Okay, good. Stay on your side for me, Mike. Come back towards me. So slide all the way back. Okay, so we're gonna actually go to your hip flexor through the stomach here. So you're gonna start here. You're gonna go all the way back and then drop this down. All right. So I'm gonna go through here. So scoot back a little bit more towards me. So just relax, don't hold your breath. Then we'll just pull this knee up. Go for it. Go ahead and drop, all the way back. Okay, so same thing, but I want you to try and touch that window behind you. Like literally crank your leg back. Start there, yep, now go. As far as you can go. Go, and then towards the ground. Oh, nice. 2 more. Good. One more, last one. So this is the belly of your hip flexor. So when that opens up, again, it just decompresses. So flip on the other side. Let's just do the same on this right hip real quick. So you're gonna start with that leg straight. Let's just do the hips. Bend the knee to the elbow. Now to the rotator, so bend the knee just to there and then crank the leg down. So there, so here, and then turn. 3 more. Nice. One more. Nice work. Okay, come back to me, stay on your side. We're gonna go to the psoas in here, keep going a little bit more. Good, start with this knee bent. And then again, same thing, you're gonna drive that leg as far back as you can. I know this one's not fun. Come on back. Good. Let's just do 3 more. All the way back, Mike. Come on. Down. Nice. Good. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Good. All right. Let's do a couple things. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that one's not fun.
it makes me tired.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So we're gonna do a couple things in your back. So feet are on the ground. I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna treat a couple of these things in the back here. So use your feet for support while we do this on the ground. Cross your arms across your chest just lightly. I'm gonna go through some of these muscles here. So you're gonna turn right. Good. Now turn all the way left. And then bend forward towards those plugs down there. Good. Same thing. Just keep doing that motion. So here we're gonna go through and try and open up these actual muscles that get pumping them.
That's good. I could feel like that's very effective. Whatever's happening, I don't know what happened, but it feels right.
Yeah, so you always wanna work on the tissue that people are having issues with, but the key is to really figure out what's creating that and make those changes, right? So I'm gonna do a little both, and after this I'm gonna show you some stuff that you can do at home, simple stuff, to sort of unlock that compression, and anybody can do it at home. It's really simple. In fact, anybody I have with low back pain or anything, this is something I'll give to them for sure. Good, 1 more. Awesome, let's do that the opposite way. So turn left, right. Couple more. Good. All right, drop your arms. Let's do one more thing on each side here. You're gonna lean to your right. Now you're gonna lean all the way left and reach up with your right arm like you're stretching where I'm at. Nice. So can you feel like it's just opening up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this opening up this tissue makes it more elastic and it takes pressure off the spine. And then the second piece is hips, opening those up. Good, 1 more. Nice, let's do that opposite way. So you're gonna lean left first. You're gonna go right, you're gonna reach. Nice. Nice, good. Awesome. See how that feels? Stand up and walk around and see what it feels like in here. Okay, so let's show you, I'm gonna show you something you can do at home to sort of get some of that stuff to loosen up too. Okay, so what we're gonna do, instead of just a basic stretch, we're gonna use the body's mechanisms to make it relax more. So you're gonna squeeze that glute on that left side, keep it contracted, keep the chest up and out, and then if you feel a stretch there, that's fine. If not, you're gonna kind of push that glute forward while you're contracting it. You got that right in that? So you can feel this whole area, but I need you to feel that groin. That's the tendon of your hip flexor, okay? You don't need to crank on it. Don't sit here and just crush it, because when you get up, that's gonna pinch, but hold that for like 45 seconds. Just real chill. That glute's gotta stay squeezed. You gotta keep it squeezed. That's the key to it, okay? So this is something you can do, the more frequent the better. You're telling your brain to shut down this. That's what a stretch is. We want it to shut down so it can let go. You're gonna do it both sides. If you're doing a ton of squats, you want to get down, do this, let it relax, you may be able to keep going. Got that? Okay. Second one you're going to do up here, this is for hip. So you want to use the, what's that? Nope, you're going to do what I'm doing. You're just going to use a bed, use whatever you can. A lot of people's beds you can use. You'll be able to. So you can see, yeah, just drop that back leg and you can sit on the table even. Let this thing just sit. Does that hurt? You have pain with that? So you should get a pretty deep stretch in this hip. Right, so for you, this is a good one. Right. You never want to round the back like this. It's always chest out, right? Always bending at the waist. Like I get a really good stretch right there. So this one, because there's a lot of ligament involved, you want to stay a little longer, probably like a minute. Just be pretty relaxed and opening up the hips and the hip flexors. You know, you can sit there and try and stretch your back all day, and that stuff's fine, but this is going to be a good one for you. All right, so just get a bed, get whatever you can, and jump. People do it on the ground. This is a lot better just to focus on that hip. You know, so those couple things I think for you will make a big difference. Obviously working on the tissue blasts it open, but again, the concept is get the back to relax by just letting it decompress. Yeah.
Doctor, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
That I know, I always see people doing some of those stretches, especially the last one, and I would be intimidated to do it. But you know, putting me through it, I'm like, oh, why wasn't I doing this before? Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna do it. I like to give my people a little something special, especially if they watch the whole video. So for everybody who watched the whole video, I'm gonna hook y'all up with golden super turmeric. Listen, when I say you've done the research on it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you've experienced it, you know. And when I say super turmeric, is that fair to say?
For sure.
Okay, and why is that?
Well, it's just about absorbability, right? So this is any product, any supplement. Your body's ability to use it, the bioavailability is everything. Right. So if you're buying something that's not good, your body doesn't even using it. You're just throwing your money away.
So basically, there's 90% of the turmeric that people buy, you're wasting your money because your body is not able to absorb it. For ours, you know, we have a special patented formula to where you are absorbing all of the turmeric. So you're actually getting turmeric. So it's 9 to 10 times more powerful than anything you're gonna buy on the market. And that's valuable. So I'm gonna hook y'all up with a code, Momentum. Only for you cool motherfuckers that watch the whole video. People who left in the beginning, they don't know about this. So Momentum is the code. You see it right down here below. First link in the bio, click it, get you some golden turmeric. You know, helps with the inflammation, pain, all of that stuff. And it's a lot of benefits to turmeric. So anyway, get your mind right. I'll see y'all next week.